Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make compost tea. And so, compost tea is an amazing way to add microbial life to your soil, which then will end up increasing the uptake of nutrients. It replaces the carbons, nitrogens, and other important micronutrients that will help your garden grow. And I'm going to list all the ingredients that you can use and what they do in the description. But right off the bat, you're going to want an aerator. And having good oxygen in your liquid, it changes the type of microbial and bacterial development. I start by throwing an actual full bucket of composting material into the bottom. I usually have an aerator to make sure the right microbial life starts developing. And I fill the container about halfway full. So obviously I'm making a large batch. This is a full garbage container. The next thing I grab is Bat Guano, and that's for the high phosphates. And so it depends on what you're going to actually be brewing, but we're going to go and we're going to take and we're going to drop some Bat Guano in there. That's enough water right now for what we're doing. So the next thing we're going to do is an entire coffee can container full of worm castings. Now, worm castings have a lot of your micronutrients and other beneficial bacteria and, well, basically a lot of helpful stuff is in worm castings. And so I'm going to go ahead and stir this in real quick. After stirring it, I add a layer of brown material. Now the brown material is actually, that's what's going to replace the carbons and the bacteria and other things within our liquid. They're going to start breaking down this brown material. And so at this point, I'm going to go and I'm going to throw another bucket on, and it's going to be a green material. And the green material, which is just like grass cuttings and stuff like that, that's one of your high nitrogen sources. And so you're going to want to add one thing of green material to the top. So after adding the layer of greens onto it, I'm going to go ahead and top that off and submerge it a little bit in water, leaving enough to be able to add some more water tomorrow. In the morning, I'm going to add mycos to it. The mycorrhizal life will only leave in there actually adding to the mix for about 12 hours, and then we'll end up pouring it onto the sunflower field that I'm growing. Well, it's not a sunflower field. The sunflower patch I'm growing. And there is the compost tea, and it'll be left to percolate overnight. Now that this is brewed for 8 hours overnight, I'm going to go ahead and add in this mycos mycorrhizals, and I'm going to let that percolate for 12 hours and then add a little bit more water in and fill it up to the top. So after the mycorrhizals have been added, you'll let your compost tea percolate and brew for another 12 hours. So this is already done 12 hours. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and just pour it generously over the sunflowers. So after thoroughly drenching my sunflowers, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the sprinkler and allow it to just water in at this point. So I hope that helps you out with your growing of sunflowers. Peace and very best wishes.